Go find this place. Hi. It's interesting I can't just fast travel there. Ooh, derelict shit. A knock at your cabin door interrupts your reading. Quack stands outside looking like someone who's just lost a bet. Captain, best come topside. There's a ship on the horizon. Looks derelict. A Quack leads you up to the forecastle where a small gaggle of hands have gathered. Pawing a holy symbol, Ella points towards port. It's a bad omen, Captain. We should give them over to the Lady of the Lament, or there'll be trouble, mark my words. Tupek chuckles. We don't even know if they're dead, much less with what fills their holds. You want to sink them? The ship in question lists upon the waves, its sails pulled in. Topping the mast is a green flag, the symbol of a ship carrying disease. See no movement on the deck. Your thoughts, Shield Sister. No one has signaled. Anyone on the ship likely beyond, Shield Sister frowns. The ship is a hazard, Captain, and not just anyone comes across. Not to tell you your business, but I advise sinking it before someone gets in their head to board it. Prepare the cannons. Send it to the ocean floor. Let it chance an android's dirge while the cannoneers ready the guns. As their song raises in volume, submarines fires a volley and hits the derelict right at the waterline. After the ship has vanished into the depths, the crew returns to their duties with quiet conviviality. Morale gained 7, ammunition lost 2, the crew earned 144, and the crew earned true sailor experience. Yeah, the last time we got on a ship, it messed up my crew, so avoid. You don't want this. These were gonna fire on us, and we're gonna have to fire on them. The Valen Trench. I mean, we've got a lot of enemy boats now, right? Feels like a lot of these islands, I kind of didn't go on them because I thought there was going to be quests related to them. Just seems that you could just go in them, check them out. Which offers a lot of exploring content in this game. Like, that's a lot. That's really cool. They did a good job with that. That's why I'm curious, like, how people consider 100%ing this game. There's like a BNA there. I wonder too if there are people that more bounties that I just didn't find. Seems to be the island here. Yep. Sea billows beneath your vessel. You stumble on the side, grappling the rails to keep you from falling as a submarine rocks hard to port. Aura, the mad, returns to her feet, examining her fingers and wincing. God's alive, Beodod. What in honor's holy name do you think you're doing up there? If it weren't my fault, you son, Bildrat. Beodol spits back. The helmsman turns to you. Felt like something went under the ship, Captain. Rumdum gestures wildly to the starboard. Captain! The hand stumbles back from the deck. Either I need to be given up the drink of good for good, or there's a damned vessel, colossal monster down there. Beneath the surface of the water, you make out a long, sinuous form. No more mere fish. The creature swims with 2 pairs of legs and a long, thin tail. Your lungs feel suddenly empty, and you gasp as your stomach turns. Fall sideways into the light.
The light fades into dim. You stand
gotta
in a
check my book,
forest
too.
glade hung thick with shadows. Tall trees surround you. The shriek of a deer pierces the air before being abruptly silenced. From out of the dark lope a Stelgar and a wolf, followed by a thickly muscled man draped in furs.
Mm-hmm.
Galawain.
Herald of Berath, were you not content to destroy my creation at Signath Moor? Do you intend to meddle here as well?
Yes.
Leave. Now.
Smell like a rancid blood and days-old sweat wafts off in a wave.
I will warn you only once. If you tread upon my island, it will consume you.
The large beast at his side steps forward in unison, their tails angrily swishing the air. Why do you want me to come here?
The cold rush of the sea upon Signath Moor still crashes in my ears. I would not have you apply your same reckless attentions here.
I was told there's a problem here only a watcher can solve.
You seem to overestimate your importance.
Bear seemed to think I'm pretty important. I was told to seek the favor of Tamahoy. Is that you?
In a manner of speaking, its nature complements my own. So I have occasionally acted in its name when the Kith here needed a familiar face to lead their pack.
What was that thing that swam past the boat?
A glorious beast, and one of the many creatures here that will challenge you, should you refuse to leave.
The long tongue of Galawain's Stelgar companion drips saliva into the dirt. Its long teeth shine even in low light. So you're not responsible for the head I received.
I am not, though Muatu is mine, and I will claim him in time.
Okay, well, I don't take orders from you.
Consider it a strongly worded suggestion with consequences attached. I do not care to explain to Berith why their favored watcher was torn to ribbons by my beasts.
For all the trials I've overcome, you think the threat will frighten me?
I am not Remergand. I do not delight in Kith's fears, only in their strength and cunning, nor is my aim to frighten you. Think of this as my due diligence, then, done on Berith's behalf.
Noted.
I have warned you. May aught that follows be on your head.
Okay.
With a sound like a thunderclap and a bright burst like lightning, the forest disappears, and you are thrust back into your body. You blink against the fading flash. When you can see again, you find your hands bloodless and aching, gripping the railing of your ship.
Your eyes trace the lizard's path towards the nearby island. It seems to be swimming north, away from the waterfall. You lose sight of the beast as it plunges into the depths. Watch's voice seems a mere whisper after the power of the gods. Felt such a rage from the beast. Hunger too. Beneath all of that, I think fear. The other one spoke to me through it. The Lord of the Hunt sent the beast. Moatu's words rise in pitch and volume. Everyone on Kazuha could be in danger. You have to help. Please, Watcher. His voice echoes at the edge of the perception as your focus returns to the deck of the submarine. The crew, eyes wide, stare at you. That looks like a big trophy to me. Let's go hunting. The lad chuckles and think of meat on a beast that size. Rock gain 15. Submarine rocks gently. The large landmass beckons. One thing I'm going to do real quick. Let's go onto the ship. Let's check the book. It keeps burning in my pocket. I want to see what's going on with the horror goddess. I'm never gonna be able to like think of her outside of that now. I really should just put this burnt book into his inventory. Wait, it's a quest item, right? Yes.
You open Wodika's book, but the goddess does not appear. You stand alone in a void of ashes and drifting embers.
Okay. So it looks like we would have had a conversation had I kind of not told her to F off. So there's that. Yeah. We got in a little tiffy. Okay. Can we not go that way? It's not. Let's do a quick save here. An unusual structure rises from the thick jungle, foliage ahead of you, vines drape in like decor. And it takes you a moment to resolve its form into the spine and ribs of a titanic beast. Its skull faces you, upside down, jaws wide open and gaping, sharp teeth hanging above like the waiting edges of a headsman's axe. Identify the skeleton. A variety of large quadrupedal lizards exists across the area, and judging from its skull and claws, this seems to be one of them. The shape of the rib cage suggests an aquatic or amphibious existence. Such creature can be aggressive. Sneak closer to it. Partial success. Despite your effort, your movement elicited a series of thud, pops, and cracks as you pass through the heavy undergrowth. As you near the skeleton, you make out a number of rough pieces of decoration hanging from the old skeleton, crafted from wood, bone. They hang inside the mouth of the ribs. Among the other desiccated sacrifices within the mouth, you find the remains of a human corpse. Investigate the scene. The hoofed prints of numerous boards across the space overlapping with those of the kith of various size. Examine the corpse. This skeleton once was, his arms twisted at his sides, his legs broken, clearly died in pain. Deep gouges along the sternum and the cracks in the ribcage reveal multiple stabs into the chest, likely the cause of death. That, combined with the raised position of the corpse on the thick stones and its prominence in the center of the large skeletal mouth, suggests this individual died of sacrifice. With the body. Along with the spoiled rotations, the only thing the man pack seems to contain is a grappling hook and a long piece of rope. Examine the decoration. At first, the rough-hewn simplicity of the ornaments remind you of the wilder totems, but fine etchings in some of the bones seem indicative of the Huana. You discover several effigies that appear to be boar-headed kith. Sneak away. Failure. You tread carefully, moving silently through the thick jungle. You hear a low swear, and you whip around to see Chody wincing, an arm caught tight by a thorn-covered vine. The pattern of hoofed feet stirs the thick air. To either side of you, high-draped kith approach, flanked by bristling boars. Okay, great. And we were caught.
Don't move.
Scars of battle and decoration stripe the large man's thick arms.
Turn to your little boat, interloper. You do not belong on Kazawari.
His companions, each equal, well-armed and scarred, stand at ease beside their boar companions, eyes trained on you.
Hold off, Hateno.
This one to mine. Okay. He throws a furred arm out to stop the druid's advance.
You from the valleys? The living lands? Might have seen you shipping out of port a few years back.
Her slit pupil eyes narrow. From the living lands, yes.
get a face, you know?
Okay.
Still, it's funny to find another from the valleys out here. Kazuari attracts all kinds.
Continue.
Shut your gaping trap, Shabale.
Okay, don't be rude. Ateno.
Turn back now and count yourself lucky you aren't already dead.
Wait, I believe we may have a common friend. He spits the words out as one would a particularly foul curse. A rude old man with a team of boars.
Huh. You could be speaking of half the druids in Deadfire.
Tenno pulls a simple but wickedly sharp blade from his belt and levels it at you.
Enough talk. Leave now, or I'll gut you where you stand and feast the boars on your entrails.
Let's talk about this. There's no reason for this to get bloody.
No.
He hefts his blade and grins. The spirit of Mwata manifests beside you in a flash of light. His sudden appearance doesn't seem to register with the scarred Amwa and his crew.
Why did we stop? We ran into locals, didn't we?
Yeah.
I doubt they'll listen to reason. Best to kill them and be done with it.
I'm no stranger to the wild threats. In fact, I seek them out.
He does look like he can handle himself. What say, Ateno?
Scribble casts a question look towards her partner.
This one's resourceful. That much is clear. But their worth, that I'll leave for Tuamawai to judge.
Which are primarily subset of animist Amwa natives of the Deadfire. Tuamwa, sometimes called the Faces of the Hunt, has been generally conflated with Gallowayne by travelers from outside the Archipelago. Okay, so that's just a different person altogether. Oh, poop. Okay, continue.
Pass then, but watch your back.
Tenos, Skybell, and the rest of their crew fade into the brush with little more than a rustle of leaves. Skybell's boar lingers a moment, its beaded eyes train on you before it, too, disappears into the forest. Okay. Well, I talked my way out of that. That's cool. Didn't need to kill them. I mean, I could have killed them, but I didn't need to. Should have killed them. I don't need friends. Do you want water, though? The jungle opens on a small glade, the trees encroaching overhead to enclose the space in cool gray shade. The stone dais, cracked by roots and dappled with moss and dirt, dominate the clearing. A pair of worn statues, crouched jungle cats missing eyes, ears, and in one case a paw, flank a short stone wall. Watu's quiet voice plays at the edge of your hearing. This well draws water from beneath the crucible. It should offer ingress for the careful. Search for traps. 18 perception. And we hit every... One of the stones sinks when depressed, an ancient pressure plate. Nothing cursed, however, when you do so from a safe distance. Perhaps some of the previous explorers disabled the traps, or perhaps the mechanism has simply failed over centuries exposed to the elements. I identified the statues. They look like jaguars, rendering in a somewhat abstract Juana style. The markings along the flanks and jowls suggest them to be sacred beasts, spirits of the jungle. Examine the well. The well stands barely a yard in diameter. The mortar between its sides cracked and gray when not entirely absent. Few rocks have crumbled away or been removed. You hear the sound of running water from the depths. Look inside. A stream flows far below, a faint incandescent, casting shimmering lines along the well's cylinder interior. While the grappling hook could certainly be lodged into the well, the integrity of the side seems suspect, and you're not sure that your longest rope will reach the bottom. Let's attach it to the cat statue. You tie the rope around the cat's statue's neck. Not unlike a collar, a hard pull convinces you that the statue isn't going anywhere, and you lower your rope into the darkness as well. Let's descend. Your hand on the rope and your feet guiding your way down to the inner walls of the well, you easily shimmer down the hole. The rushing water roar envelops you as you're running short on rope, and the walls fall away around you to reveal an underground cavern. You note an outcrop of stone nearby, jutting out above the waterway. Swing towards the outcrop. With a few careful swings, you manage to catch the outcrop with your feet and pull yourself tight against the wall. Looking around yourself, you find the rocky ledge continues deep into the cavern, the darkness inviting. Continue into the cavern. You advance into the darkness. Ooh. Darkness is fun. Oh look, Takehu is in this picture. Or a Hoana that looks like him. Been nice for him to been around. You can still hear the murmurs of water behind you. When the cave comes to an abrupt end, I don't know. Or stymieing your process. Wow. Why did stymieing become so hard to read? I'm even getting a little tired. Stymieing your progress. The passage has been closed off with a brick wall, the uneven stones largely obscured by the thick curtains of vines. Improvise an alchemic concentration combining rune powder, a rotty pod, and a solution to immolate the vines. Wow, we actually get to use it. Jody performs a complicated alchemy procedure combining the crushed remnants of rotty pods with a clear solution, then coating the vines with the mixture. The alchemist then lightly dusts the vines with rune powder. I lost those things, but oh well. Moments later, the vines light in a bright flare of violet and green, and they quickly reduce them to ash. In their absence, the wall loses much of its cohesion and collapses. Little light is visible through the hole in the wall, but you can just make out the sound that could be babbling water or kith.
Bathed by shadows.
You stumble into a room only brightly lit in comparison to the tunnel from which you came. A man with soft features and round eyes blinks mutely before clearing his throat.
Welcome to the Temple of Tuamawai, Watcher. Home sweet home.
Oh.
Akira, the wall. What even is down there?
Cranes his neck, peering over your shoulder.
Don't matter none. You're finally here is all. Crowd gets restless waiting. You best get out to the pit.
Okay.
Friendly, isn't he?
Where am I? He stares blankly at you. Wait, what?
Pit? Go out to pit.
Jerks the thumb nearby door. I think you have me confused with someone else.
Akira, you're in Challenger's chamber, yeah? That makes you Challenger. Beyond that, don't matter none.
Okay.
You having second thoughts about the right? Stop. It's too late.
He gestures sharply at the portal behind him.
Everyone champs at the bit to see you in action.
Okay, say nothing.
Look, you're all wobbly in knees in face of death. I understand. But you should have thought of that before you entered arena.
I didn't know I entered arena. The Amo stabs his finger at the archway, then takes a step back, brushing the hand along a column as he goes. The door closes between you. Oh, and that closed too.
I'll handle this.
Well, exceptional spirit if we need it. Alright, let's do a quick save before we go through this door. We about to fight.
A new challenger joins our eternal hunt.
As is tradition, the primal elements shall sort predator from prey.
Triumph or perish. There is neither surrender nor retreat.
These creatures are essence twisted to ill use. Watch yourself.
Okay. Or you run up there, because you are taking the lead. Back off for a second.
Ready to brawl?
Obelisk of air, earth, water, fire. Oh, that's still marked as a one sword. Interesting. Drop your dragon. Why is my party all messed up? Defense. What is this? Tyrant of Decay. Lightning. So let's start hitting it with fireballs. Jody, get in the middle. Let's do your protection spell. Okay. Drop your protection thingy. I think we need to destroy these. So come over here, attack this obelisk.
Me too.
Didn't work.
Immune. Shit. I think Aloth can actually hit these. So yeah, he can. Okay.
Another withers on the vine.
Shh. Cat, back up.
This isn't as effective as you seem to think.
Attack.
Okay, actually switch to your melee.
Hogwash. That's it. That was about as useful as a bump on a pick.
Oh my god, dude, like, senior mins cannot survive for 2 seconds. Second wind. Little haste with that, Aloth, please. Flame Blight. Okay,
Lava be on sight.
Glory.
Go ahead and drop your dragon. I know he's gonna take pain for this, but he needs to go after these obelisks. Okay, drop your shield. Do that healing thing. Consecrated ground. Did you cast this yet? No, you didn't. Hit and cast this. Oh my god, these things are like pumping them out. Okay. Switch back. Switch Grimoires real quick.
Didn't work.
Let's go.
Dude, there are 3 of them now.
We're dropping like flies.
What the hell? This Tyrant of Decay hits Votner for 48 plus 50 penetrate. That's... Okay, this is stupid. You need to attack these now. You need to get in its face.
Onward.
Okay, you drop the warrior that came with us. Pick up Senior Mittens real quick.
That was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Okay, Senior Mittens, play dead. I need you to throw this frost across this.
Mow it. Ixie on us.
You'll have to keep attacking that. Okay. Play dead, dude. Drop your dragon here.
Nice hit.
Man. Heals. Heals, please. Master of this flight. Back to sword and board. No. Okay. We're not in trouble yet. No, we are in trouble. Game crashed. Dang. Oh, I think my graphics card crashed too. No, it's still showing the game is up, but it's... Oh, there we go. Okay. It was up. That's weird. The tab changed. I thought the game crashed. Okay, we're fine. We're still here. Ah, kill yourself. That was weird. Can you summon your weapons and go after this one? No, it's immune. Okay, you heal yourself. Senior Mittens, you should not be fighting this thing because you can't handle it. You shouldn't be up here either. Let's see if you guys can attack this thing. Only crushing damage, right? Okay. Alos has that. Come over here. Attack this. Hate that you're in base combat. Pull away. Senior Mittens, attack this thing after playing dead. Switch weapons. Go after the Earthblight. Okay. Equip your shield. Here. Give her a heal. Do your big heal over here.
Die already.
Give him a heal. God, hurry up and destroy this thing. I don't know how we're gonna survive this. Alright, took away spectral form from us. I've thought about that. Put this across.
Guide me. I shall not fear.
Up. Big heal.
Glory be.
Cool. Alright, so let's see. Let's not do that. Chain lightning, I guess? Nope, these are storms. They're super resistant to lightning. Just do magic missile on this storm. You fall back on this thing. You need to go after the storm as well. Run over here. I've consecrated ground. Pull back. Okay. Everyone on this storm blight, please.
Reached my limits.
Jesus. Big heal. Okay, come here real quick.
Let's go.
Drop this winter veil. Okay. Heal yourself. Okay. Defense again. Big heal. This dragon. Try to hit it with frost, see what happens. I don't know if you can drink this, but it would be nice if you could. Okay. Go ahead and mark it. Oh my god, she's getting worked. Nope. Do entropy guard. Heals do you have left? You have like no heals left. Go ahead and drop this. My dude, you've got a heal. Drop it. You also have 2 heals. And drop that. Senior Mins is going down. We're just gonna have to live with it. Senior Mins is really doing some damage, but he's going down.
Take me down.
Is he taking damage? Okay. Cast this on him. Very little left.
That would be a no.
Okay. Power yourself. Come over here. Cast this beam.
That dog won't hunt.
Okay. Come up here. Let's try to lower its defense. Good. Okay. Doing something. Hit with a lightning bolt.
Didn't work.
Okay, is this behind it? Do this one again.
This isn't as effective as you seem to think. Guide me.
It's hitting it for... Okay, so we're hitting 14. Diaz is hitting it for a lot. Okay, take him out of the fight for now, because he's not helpful. He's dying. Goat, I don't think is going to be helpful. Switch to your avatar. Let's give her a heal. Power yourself. Defense. Okay. Now that defense. Okay, so he's out of the fight for now. Do more magic missile on it. Drop your Drake. This is a huge battle. Okay, switch Grimoires. Do the wound
That
thingy.
was about as useful as a bump on a pickle.
Okay, drop your Drake. Well, you can't.
This isn't as effective as you.
Man, I don't know what else we can put on this thing. Try to hobble it, I guess. Oh, Constitution and Dexterity is immune to this. What are the two songs he has? Build the Edge. Remove concentration from enemies. Let's do that. This, I think, reduces slashing, piercing damage, and of enemies in the area. Yeah, that's completely worthless for this. Okay. Let's do another firebolt or magic missile. Tearing stuff up. Okay, let's do another lightning bolt. Man. Come up a little bit. Turn to avatar form. Consecrated ground. This heal. Back up. Bonus to all defenses.
Never you mind that, man.
Question is, how did they get this thing into the arena?
I'll land the next one.
Because they had to get it here somehow. vehicle and continue.
You have completed the first examination. Well done.
Your fury brings joy to this arena, and honor to your name.
Okay.
You have endured but the first of many trials. Return when you are ready to face your next challenge.
Dang.
Looks like you can hold your own in a fight. That's great! Really useful for not dying.
Yes. The guard from before sheepishly rubs the back of his hairless head.
You are alive. Praise Toamawai. I did not, I had not, I should have verified you were intending to join our Crucible Games instead of,
The guard stomps his foot as words and stammering. I need to speak with the person in charge.
Yes, of course. Toamawai truly rules this place. But Humaire deals with matters that pertain to lowly kith.
Okay.
Humaire wants to bend your ear. You go find her in Hall of Memories. Straight past me.
He frowns, rubs the back of his head, and clears his throat.
Also, sorry about before.
Mm-hmm. That was one hell of a fight for out of nowhere.
You go in now. Humaire stays waiting for you.
Hides drape the broad shoulders of a woman standing before you, and curved horns exaggerate her already prodigious height. Moss grows in patches on her bark-like skin, and she turns her faintly glowing eyes towards you. Her lips part into a smile, revealing two jagged rows of shark-like teeth.
This is her. This is Humaire, the one we've come to see. She'll show you the way.
Okay.
Quite the show you put on,
Thank you.
Challenger.
One of her hands rests lightly upon the edge of the plinth, beneath a bowl of shimmering water.
Yours is a new face within these hallowed grounds. Strange that.
Okay.
I don't recall the last challenger to enter the Crucible without first proclaiming their intent to me.
I didn't have much of a choice. The guard was very insistent.
There always exists a choice, even if only to walk away or to roll over and die.
She chuckles quietly.
Still, I apologize if you found Makoba overzealous. He can be disciplined if you desire it.
Leave him. I think he learned his lesson. She nods, her head bowing slightly more than customary. A gross brought me here, said you might know him.
Then it is you.
Her eyes again roam you, lingering on your arms and legs.
I sent Muatu that you might speak to him and seek us out, Watcher of Cad Nua.
Don't look at my arms and legs. COVID. They're not what they usually are. Yeah. You could have sent a letter, you know.
I wanted to know that you fairly earned your title. That you stand before me proves you a true Watcher.
An even half-competent scholar could have found their way here based solely on the design of the crate you sent.
He crosses arms and frowns at her. How can I help?
Our ancestors constructed this temple as a tribute to the souls of all life. Of predator, prey, and the primal dance that forever binds them.
She runs an open palm along the worn stone.
Souls came to permeate these walls. A choir of voices greater than any individual chanter or druid. They became not unlike a god, at least upon this isle.
Okay.
Great kith from across the Deadfire heeded their song and flocked to Kazuwari, whether to relive the battles of lore or forge legends of their own.
The corner of her mouth twitches into a slight frown. Go on. Well, hold on. But now, something's gone wrong.
Not exactly. Or rather, perhaps a few months ago, the music changed. It became discordant to my ears, as if it and the souls no longer sang in harmony. I think perhaps that it is because of the foreign god stomping across the Deadfire.
Foreign god? Oh, okay. So you called on Watcher.
More stories get told of the Watcher's abilities than there are islands in the Deadfire to hold them.
Bet Takeu had something to say here.
Those that claim the mantle for themselves almost always prove charlatans or lunatics, or both. But if the tales of communion between Watchers and lost souls hold any truth, we might uncover what ails this place.
Has the discordant harmony actually caused any problems?
Over the centuries of contests here, gallons of blood have been spilled in the arena. But the fights have always been reasonable. Now, however, the Faces of the Hunt summons great monstrosities to pit against green challengers.
She frowns.
Even outside the Crucible, the beasts and kith of Kazuari grow increasingly aggressive. The Faces stoke their hostility. They seem eager to see blood spilled.
Okay.
You must draw the attention of the Faces of the Hunt in the Crucible. To contend in the Crucible, you must first complete the rite of passage.
Tone is reverent, and she bows her head slightly too. What does the rite entail?
The Faces of the Hunt provide 4 trials. The aspirant overcomes them and earns the right to take part in the Crucible.
I think it's funny, like, this game has the rule of 4, when most video games, like, have the rule of 3, right? Usually it's, like, 3 trials, but this is 4.
Or they do not.
And, like, 4
Either
spirits.
way, blood is spilled.
I guess there were, like, 3
and the
dungeons
Faces
in the
are
last area.
pleased.
Or in the last DLC. Okay, so either way they spill the blood. So what kind of trials?
Trials of combat. More than this, I cannot say. Only that you will face opponents of spirit and opponents of flesh.
Okay.
I'll happily lead these spirits into the light.
My associates and I fight as a team. I'm not about to risk my life in solo combat.
One-on-one events are rare here.
Cool.
In the Crucible, we fight as nature intended, in packs, with disparate equipment and little effort spent to ensure fairness.
Good.
Besides, it would be an incomplete trial if we tested only prowess. The leadership and preparedness of our contenders must also be judged.
Why did you send your ghost to me?
I learned of your abilities in the Crucible. One of Engari's agents brought us a remnant of a battle you had with a ship called the Drake. The Faces used that object to manifest an echo of you aboard your ship. You were quite impressive.
How did the Faces provide these trials?
These walls contain the souls, the memories of the many kith who have come before. These souls communicate their will through the Faces of the Hunt. The Faces stirs the memories, blending essence to summon spirits or manifest beasts of blood.
Kith can do as much with training and effort.
That all sounds rather circular.
Sometimes you refer to the Faces if they're a group, and other times as if they're a single individual.
Indeed. Tawamawai is 1. Tawamawai are 3. Tawamawai are scores.
What are the Faces of the Hunt?
The earthly voices of Tawamawai. They emanate from the statue of him that overlooks the arena. It reflects the 3 aspects of the sacred hunter. The seeker, the slayer.
Oh, she said the thing! Let's get this started then.
The pool of memories will set forth the challenges that await you.
Hand slides across the edge of the front of the shimmering water.
Peer into its waters when you are ready.
Who is Angari?
You should speak with Humaire. She shall show you the way.
Sure.
Let's explore this area. Personal effects cluster for space in memorial scones. Okay.
I'm listening.
Twin statues stand in judgment of all who exit the arena. Spectator seating. Corin.
Hi there, my fine friend.
Sense of food, local and exotic rise from the cart behind the pudgy oilman.
Here for some tasty victuals before you go testing your strength against the spirits?
See what you have.
Only the tastiest damn food in the Deadfire. Come, have yourself.
Don't have a lot of the cooked food though. I don't want the cooked food. Let's see. I'll pick some of this up. The good stuff, at least. Spectator seating. Domenka. Dwarf woman sits at a low table. The wrinkled skin around her eyes and mouth betray her venerable age. Coils of ink black hair, shot through with occasional streak of gray, tumble down her shoulder. She examines you through narrowed eyes.
Traveler. We reserve these modest quarters for those challenging the rite of passage or contending in the crucible.
She gestures at the dank room of tall bunks through the door.
Umare told me that you are to be extended our hospitality. For the moment.
This is supposed to be an inn?
Was that a rat or a dog?
Our beds are simple, but we offer a variety of training spaces in which to hone your skills.
Let's see what you got.
Space, of course. Let me show you around the grounds.
You've got a hammock. Okay, cool. So I can have adventures, I can retrain, I can check my party. That's cool. Rest. Because that was a fight. Yeah. Elf stands before a cart, one thin hand twisting a small tool against a thick strap of leather he holds gingerly with his other. He chews on his lower lip, his brow knit in concentration. The acrid scent of poultices and potion haunts the air around you. How about some service? With a sharp intake of breath, the man steps back, briefly juggling the tool and devices as they come dangerously close to falling from his hands. He swears and looks up at you with narrow eyes. With a blink, he shakes away an upset expression.
Apologies, friend. I was, sometimes I get a bit, preoccupied with my
He sets
work.
the object aside.
Have you, come to browse my selection of alchemical concoctions? The right potion can mean the difference between life and death in the sand up topside.
With an open hand, the elf indicates his cart. What's that you were working on? Being proudly, he shows a belt filigreed with copper wiring. You note small Adra stones within the tangle of wire. The buckle appears to be made of copper inlaid with Adra.
I call it Neil's Auroral Transubstantiator, or perhaps the Essential Battery Array, or maybe I would, well, name's not important. It's meant to collect and store ambient essence in an accessible form for dynamic usage at a later time.
Meant to, an animancer's favorite words.
He sniffs, casting a sidelong glance at the belt.
Doesn't look like it can store half so much as my lantern does.
She shrugs, unimpressed. Looks expensive. His eyes narrow and he pulls the belt away from you.
I have been working towards this for my entire life. All of my studies, my experiments, being driven from New Haomar, it's veritably the culmination of my existence.
He sighs.
This jungle, and more so this arena, it's in a state of essential flux. The density of ambient essence here goes far beyond anything I've seen elsewhere in the world. but to collect that power to harness it, I need the help of a contestant in the Crucible.
He runs a hand through his mop of hair, just shoveling it.
This is most ill-advised.
He lost scales and takes a few steps away from you.
You think if I wear that belt, I'd sleep better at night?
What do you intend to do with the energy once I've collected it?
Alchemists, you see, are limited to the materials they harvest. Yet the processes we employ ultimately draw their efficacy from the essence present in all things. By infusing potion ingredients with ambient soul energies, I hope to significantly increase the efficiency of the process. The end result? An almost limitless draft!
I might be able to help.
You would?
Broad smile brings dimples almost to his eyes.
That's fantastic! So, you see, during each fight in the arena, the essence presence spikes fantastically. Some of this is the result of magic, or released energy, owing to, well, the death of the fighters. But the arena itself manipulates essence too. It's really quite a thing to behold.
How do I fit into this?
All I would require from you is to wear the belt. Well, competing in the Crucible, I mean.
Okay.
And then, of course, return it to me. Obviously.
I've become the Crucible. I'll wear your special belt.
Fantastic! It's ready. Just wear it during the fight and return it once it's fully charged.
Okay. I don't think my guy has a belt. He does. Okay. Do you have a belt? You definitely do. You don't. You're wearing it.
That looks, different.
Ado, and welcome.
The tall woman adored in a well-crafted, finely polished armor bows to you, her dark hair almost brushing your
Please
face.
acquaint yourself with my weapons and armors, lest you become acquainted with death in the arena instead.
She chuckles and steps aside to reveal rows of sharp blades and embellished
See for
armor.
yourself, por completa.
See what she has.
You're back!
I'm here to browse
Of
your
course.
potion.
See if anything...
Right.
Greetings, stranger. Akira, aren't you the dangerous-looking sort?
The Alma woman smiles warmly, revealing sharp teeth.
I have all sorts of fine magical items. Will save your life in the pit as sure as Ngati's thrashing stirs the sea.
And indicates the trinkets in the stall behind her with fluid sweeping gestures. Let's see what you
Always
have.
the finest items.
Riddle, necklace. Who doesn't have boots? You don't have boots. I knew someone didn't. Grants armor rating against water attacks that increase neither sleet. Grants armor rating against freeze. Or storm. You get it. Zero cost belt. Okay. Enjoy that. Put these on. You don't have a belt either. I want to check what's in here. Oh, that's back to the Deadfire. This is another cage. Okay. So let's get set up for tomorrow, and then we will play the this DLC tomorrow. Right, fun stuff. We finished off the Beast of Winter. which was really good DLC. This seems to be some interesting DLC. And yeah, we'll work through it this weekend. See if we can get at least through this one, and then after that we will go after the Forgotten Sanctum. After the Forgotten Sanctum, we'll go ahead and just probably end the game. But thanks everyone for hanging out. Quite a few lurkers as always. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't be afraid to say hi. Nugget, thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Hopefully you had a good night on WoW. And for the rest of you, I will see you all tomorrow.